5 mass extinctions have tried to erase life from this planet. Each one killed over 70% of all species on Earth. These creatures survived all of them. The tardigrade is less than 1 millimeter long. You need a microscope to see it. It has survived every mass extinction in the history of Earth, and it will almost certainly survive whatever comes next. There are over 1,300 known species. They live in deep ocean trenches, Antarctic ice, volcanic hot springs, and the top of the Himalayas. They have been found in every habitat on Earth without exception. When conditions become lethal, tardigrades enter cryptobiosis. Their metabolism drops to 0.01% of normal. They expel nearly all water from their body, retract their limbs, and become a dehydrated barrel called a ton. In this state, they are functionally indestructible. Tested survival limits: 304 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 458 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 degree above absolute zero, 570,000 rems of ionizing radiation, a dose 1,000 times lethal to humans, the vacuum of open space, pressures 6 times deeper than the deepest ocean trench. Scientists sent them to actual outer space and retrieved them alive. A ton can remain dormant for decades and then rehydrate into a fully functioning animal when water returns. The Chicxulub asteroid that ended the dinosaurs changed nothing for tardigrades. The Permian extinction that killed 96% of marine species changed nothing for tardigrades. They were here 600 million years ago. They are here now. They will be here after us. The crocodilian lineage is 240 million years old. It predates the dinosaurs. It survived the asteroid impact that ended them. When the Chicxulub impact struck 66 million years ago, it triggered firestorms, blocked sunlight for years, collapsed food chains globally, and drove 3/4 of all species to extinction. Crocodilians survived because they were already built for catastrophe. They can go without food for up to 2 years by dramatically reducing metabolic activity. They can breathe with their bodies almost entirely submerged, exposing only their nostrils. Their digestive system can process bone, shell, and rotting carcasses that would be toxic to most animals. They are physiologically designed for a world where resources disappear without warning. Crocodilian body temperature adapts to environment rather than fighting it. Cold water slows them to near stillness, allowing survival on almost zero caloric intake. This metabolic flexibility is exactly what keeps an animal alive through an extinction event when food sources vanish for years or decades. Modern crocodilians, crocodiles, alligators, caimans, and gharials are not primitive relics. They are the refined product of 240 million years of survival filtering. Everything that could not endure was removed. What remains is what works. The dinosaurs are gone. Crocodilians are still opening their jaws on every tropical riverbank on Earth. The nautilus has not meaningfully changed in 500 million years. Its basic body plan survived the Ordovician extinction, the Devonian extinction, the Permian extinction, the Triassic extinction, and the Cretaceous extinction, 5 for 5. It accomplishes this with a chambered shell divided into gas-filled compartments. By adjusting gas and fluid ratios between chambers, the Nautilus controls its buoyancy with precision, rising and descending through hundreds of meters of water column daily without expending significant energy. When surface conditions become catastrophic, it descends. The deep ocean is the most stable environment on the planet during extinction-level events. A nautilus feeds on crustaceans, fish, and carrion using simple chemoreception. Its eyes have no lens, just a pinhole opening. It detects chemical gradients rather than visual detail. This simplicity is an advantage. There is almost nothing in a nautilus to break down. It has no vertebrae, no complex brain, no social structure, no dependency on specific prey species. It solves the survival problem by needing almost nothing. Ammonites, the Nautilus's ancient relatives, went extinct with the dinosaurs. The Nautilus did not. Researchers believe its deep water habitat simply kept it below the zone of maximum extinction pressure. Depth was the solution. It is sometimes called a living fossil. That description undersells it. It is a survival machine that evolution has not needed to improve for 500 million years. Sharks have existed for 450 million years. They predate trees. They predate the Amazon rainforest. They survived 4 of the 5 major mass extinctions and came close to extinction only once, during the Permian, when 96% of marine species died and ocean chemistry collapsed. They survived that too. The shark body plan solves multiple survival problems simultaneously. Cartilaginous skeleton instead of bone, lighter, more flexible, and it fossilizes poorly, which means the shark fossil record actually undercounts their ancient presence. Electroreception via the ampullae of Lorenzini allows detection of electrical fields produced by prey muscle contractions, effective even in total darkness or murky post-impact waters. Continuous forward motion forces oxygenated water through their gills regardless of surface oxygen levels. Sharks are generalist predators. They eat fish, marine mammals, invertebrates, carrion, and in desperation, each other. This dietary flexibility means that even when entire prey categories collapse, something edible remains. During the Cretaceous extinction, 70% of shark species disappeared, but not all of them. The survivors repopulated the oceans over millions of years. By the time humans arrived, there were over 500 shark species patrolling every ocean on the planet. Humans have now killed more sharks in the last 50 years than any extinction event managed. That is not a metaphor. Commercial fishing removes approximately 100 million sharks per year. What 5 mass extinctions could not finish, industrialized fishing is attempting in a single century. The horseshoe crab is 450 million years old. It has not changed its fundamental architecture since the Ordovician period. The same domed shell, the same compound eyes, the same book gills, the same spiked tail. It survived the Permian extinction, which killed 96% of all marine life. It survived the Cretaceous impact. It has outlasted every dominant animal form that shared the ocean with it. The sea scorpions, the trilobites, the ammonites, the marine reptiles, all gone. The horseshoe crab remains. Its blood is copper-based, blue in color, and contains amebocytes, cells that detect and physically clot around bacterial endotoxins at concentrations as low as 1 part per trillion. This immune response is so effective that the biomedical industry harvests horseshoe crab blood to test the sterility of every injectable drug, vaccine, and surgical instrument used in human medicine, including every COVID-19 vaccine. This animal's immune system is now keeping humans alive. The horseshoe crab migrates to beaches in massive numbers each spring to spawn, an event unchanged since before the first dinosaur existed. Females lay up to 90,000 eggs per spawn. Migratory shorebirds time their entire continental journeys around this event. It is one of the most ecologically important animals alive. It is also edible, commercially harvested, and threatened by habitat loss. An animal that survived 500 million years of planetary catastrophe is now in decline because of coastal development. Scientists declared the coelacanth extinct 66 million years ago. They had found abundant fossils and then nothing. The trail went cold at the same boundary layer where the dinosaurs disappeared. In 1938, a South African museum curator named Marjorie Courtney Latimer found one in a fisherman's catch. The coelacanth had been living in deep ocean caves off the Comoro Islands and the coast of Indonesia the entire time. It simply existed where no one was looking. It is not a transitional fossil or a primitive ancestor. It is a fully functional animal with a unique set of adaptations. Its paired lobe fins move in an alternating pattern unlike any other fish, a motion more similar to four-limbed walking than to conventional swimming. It has a hollow spine filled with oil instead of a vertebral column. It produces live young after a gestation period of 3 years, the longest known for any fish. It lives in underwater caves between 150 and 700 meters depth. These cold, dark, oxygen-limited environments were exactly the wrong place for post-extinction surface catastrophes to reach. The coelacanth survived the Cretaceous extinction the same way the nautilus did. It went deep. The destruction burned through the surface world and left the deep unchanged. Two species are known today. Both are now endangered. Their recovery from 5 mass extinctions took 400 million years. The current threat took decades. The dragonfly has been flying for 325 million years. Prehistoric species had wingspans of 70 centimeters. They dominated the Carboniferous skies before any reptile existed. They survived the Permian extinction. They survived the end Triassic extinction. They survived the asteroid. They are still here, functionally unchanged. A dragonfly's compound eyes cover nearly 360 degrees and can detect polarized light, ultraviolet light, and motion at resolutions human eyes cannot match. They can fly forward, backward, sideways, and hover with complete precision. They intercept prey in midair with a 95% success rate, the highest hunting accuracy of any animal studied. For comparison, lions succeed on roughly 25% of hunts. Their larvae are fully aquatic, spending up to 5 years underwater before emerging as adults. This dual life cycle means that even when terrestrial conditions become lethal, the species retreats into freshwater and waits. Dragonflies eat mosquitoes, midges, gnats, and other small insects in quantities up to hundreds per day. They are one of the most effective natural insect control mechanisms in existence. 325 million years of continuous survival is not luck. Every structural feature, the eyes, the wings, the aquatic larval stage, the attack precision, was stress tested by planetary catastrophe and refined into something that cannot be easily removed. When the last of us is gone, dragonflies will still be hunting over whatever water remains. 5 extinction events: asteroid impacts, volcanic winters, ocean acidification, atmospheric collapse, temperature swings that made the entire planet either a furnace or a bowl of ice. These creatures absorbed all of it. What they share is not strength in the way we understand it. It is metabolic flexibility, depth, simplicity, generalism, the ability to reduce themselves to almost nothing and wait. The irony is that the 6th mass extinction, the one happening right now, is the first one caused by a single species, and the animals that survived everything else are struggling to survive us. The tardigrade will probably make it. The coelacanth is not so certain.